So here it is, the 5 secrets to losing body fat without a diet. The keywords are at the end, without a diet, which is why I'm really excited about this. It is just to make sure that you guys are really focusing on a holistic way of really having a healthy lifestyle. So let's get started. What will be covered today? So we will talk about why are we losing body fat? Why is that something we want to lose? What are the benefits to it? Why no more diet? Why do we want to throw out diets out the window? The 5 secrets are going to be revealed to you all, and then how to put those 5 secrets into practice in your everyday lifestyle. And then there will be a special offer at the end for you guys and you guys alone who are live here today. So I'm really excited you guys are here, and thank you so much. Let's dive in. Okay, so what brought you here tonight? You guys can jump in the chat and kind of talk to me about why did you want to come to this webinar? What brought you to this one? What about body fat secrets was appealing to you? Go ahead and take a few minutes and just type in the group chat so you can kind of know what brought you guys all here today. And you can also, if you don't want to put it in the public, you can totally change your chat to not everyone, but just to me. So feel free, if you don't feel comfortable, you can literally just put it to me. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So I asked this question because I think it's super important to really think about why you're here. What brought you here? What was the motivating factor here for you? So that is what I wanted to ask you guys. So let's dive in and why this is so important, why body fat is a topic we should talk about. There we go. Computer's a little slow today, so bear with me. So the benefits of losing body fat. And the reason I want to say this, the reason I'm talking about losing body fat and not losing weight as a total thing. Because as athletes, losing weight does not mean really anything to us. Losing weight could mean losing muscle mass. It could mean slowing your metabolism down. It could mean fill in the blank. For us as athletes, if we have a desire to increase our athletic performance and improve our overall daily life, if that part of that looks like losing some pound or some number or something, we should be focused on our body fat loss, not our overall loss, because that is not where that benefits is going to come from. So that is why I'm talking about specifically losing body fat for us as athletes. The benefits. Increasing your muscle mass. So naturally as body fat goes down, your muscle mass goes up. That is a huge benefit. As an athlete, you decrease your chance of injury prevention, you increase your flexibility, you increase your athletic ability. There's just so many things that go into just that increased muscle mass, so many little things. You have a higher quality of sleep when you lose body fat. You have better workouts, so you're able to recover faster. You feel a better energy source, so your energy levels are a little bit more in tune, and they're a little bit more balanced throughout. Better metabolism. So naturally, as our bodies lose body fat and increase in muscle mass, our metabolism starts to become more regular. We start to have a better metabolism. A lot of times too, this is benefit because we are losing body fat, and a lot of times we've been focused on diets that haven't necessarily done that. And so metabolism can be out of whack for pretty much all of us. So, and last but definitely not least, a healthier, happier lifestyle is what the benefits of losing body fat are. And I wanted to put this table in here so you guys can all see. And if you guys are calling in, don't worry. Like I said at the beginning, this is recorded, so you will have access to this afterwards. I will send it in an email. Do not worry. But this, as you can see, is a table that is indicating body fat percentage from a scale and looking at what the percentages look like. Now, some people might have scales in their home and they're weighing themselves and looking at percentage of body fat comparative to their actual just alone weight. But this is a great example of kind of looking at what the body fat should look like. And as you can see, for female athletes, our body fat should be higher. That is a must, must, must. It will not make you a poorer athlete if your body fat is a little bit higher than your male counterparts. It actually makes you a lot stronger and a lot better at endurance sports. So don't think that you need to lose the same amount as your male counterparts because you think that you'll be better just up with them. So just take a look at this. It's not set in stone because everyone is different. This is based off of a few research studies. So no more diets. I am very passionate about this, especially at this time of year when there are diets and scams and programs and challenges and all these different things that are thrown at us about losing weight. And if they're thrown at us now, just wait, they're going to be thrown at us even more come January 1st. So that's why I'm jumping ahead before that starts to happen, before those gimmicks and those trends and those fad diets start to be thrown at us. That's why I'm doing this now in November, because I believe it is so important to throw those diets out. Diets should be thrown out for us as athletes because they are not built for us as athletes. They don't work. From a long-term standpoint, diets do not work. And people are more likely to gain weight while trying to stick to a diet than lose weight. And that goes for the body fat percentage as well. So if you stick to a diet, it's not going to be built for you as an athlete. Additionally, nutrition needs are an individual thing. So you are going to need something very different than your friend sitting next to you or your training partner. Whatever that looks like, those nutrition needs are very different. So fad diets and diets out there do not meet those needs. So they don't work. They are a quick fix only. They are a one size fits all. And I don't know about you guys, but I am somebody who likes to believe that I am a 1 in a million, and that goes into very much a play when it comes to your nutrition. So research has shown that almost 90% of people who start a diet gain weight back. Diets are that short-term solutions, and they do not stick for long-term change. They're not sustainable. And for us as athletes, I don't know about you guys, but I want to be continuing to do this for the rest of my life. So I want to be a healthy, happy lifestyle. And I love this last little photo that I just put up. I've used it a lot in a lot of my webinars, a lot of my presentations, but it's so true. Athletes eat and train. They don't diet and exercise. And we are all here. We are all athletes. So take that to heart. So I wanted to just get on my soapbox a little bit before we jump in, because that is why this webinar is so passionate for me, because I believe we do not need a diet in order to achieve our goals. So let's go into what those secrets are. You guys probably been waiting for this. Number 1, get plenty of sleep. Lack of sleep could have you going for highly processed foods, sugary beverages, foods, whether that be because you're tired or because you're staying late up at night, and that's the easy grab too. There's lots of different reasons, but that is why it's important to get plenty of sleep. Plenty of sleep looks like anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Some people even say 9 hours, but no less than 6 hours of quality sleep a night. So that's the key, is quality sleep. So that means turning off the electronics, the screens, maybe reading a book a little bit before, but not being riled up before going to bed, because you aren't going to have a good quality sleep for at least that 6 hours. Lack of sleep can cause you to hold on to fat. We definitely don't want that. All you guys here, you don't want to necessarily be doing that. So if you hold on, if you have a lack of sleep, it causes a spike in cortisol, which is a hormone signal within your body that tells your body to hold on to energy. It's a defense mechanism. It's a survival mechanism within our body. So good sleep quality equals good healthy metabolism, because with lack of sleep, this can affect our insulin sensitivity by up to 30%, which means that it is less effective at converting sugar and starches to energy, so it goes to storage. Storage in our body is fat. So if we have a lack of sleep, we may be eating calorically the right amount that we need as an athlete. But if we are having lack of sleep, that could mean that our insulin is not doing its due diligence as the hormone within our body. It is not converting that sugar or those starches to energy, to fuel that we need. It's going to storage because it doesn't know, it's confused. We confuse our bodies with lack of sleep. So first and foremost, if your goal is to lose body fat, you want to make sure that you are getting plenty of sleep. That's number one. Number two, drink plenty of water. Now, if you guys have joined me for any of my webinars thus far, you've probably seen this in pretty much all of them. Since I started doing these, drinking plenty of water is pretty much a secret or a tip or a trick to meeting whatever your goals are. So that is why this is one of number two secret to losing body fat. You want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Now, what does that look like? That looks like 1 fluid ounce per body weight. And why is this so important? Drinking the right amount of water throughout a day is so important because our body is made up majority of fluid. So we want to make sure we're well hydrated, number one. Number two, having plenty of water throughout the day can increase our energy levels. It can flush out any toxins or excess toxins we might have within our body. And also drinking plenty of water ensures that we have a healthy bowel system. So a lot of times, specifically for the next secret that will be revealed, you want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water to make sure that you are regular. So regular meaning going to the bathroom often, but not too often, but making sure you're well hydrated. So that is why that is such an important secret. Drinking plenty of water. I get on all my clients about this. I even have my water bottle here next to me. And I also wanted to include, this is from my hydration and electrolytes webinar, but I wanted to throw this table up again, athlete's hydration plan. So literally 1 milliliter of every calorie consumed. There's lots of different things out there, but it could be that 1 ounce per body weight. It could be that 1 milliliter for every calorie consumed, whatever that looks like, whatever's most achievable for you, that is going to be the best case scenario. And you can see from an athlete's perspective that 2 to 3 hours before training or competition, they're about 17 fluid ounces, and then immediately prior to a training or competition, 6 to 12 fluid ounces, and then every 15 to 20 minutes during training should be 6 to 12 fluid ounces. And then exercise longer than 1 hour. Not only do you want that hydration every 15 to 20 minutes, but you want to make sure that you're getting some carbohydrates in as well. And then after exercise, 24 ounces for every pound lost from a training session. We talked about this in our hydration. We also talked about that in our holiday tips and tricks to beat the holidays with nutrition. So wanted to throw that back up there for you guys because I think it's really important. It's something that I definitely still work on personally to try to get this into a flow, into a rhythm, into a routine for my own training, for my own competition. So that's why I like to put it up here again and again. Let's move on. More of the secrets coming. Number 3, eat protein always. If your goal is to lose body fat, then protein is the thing for you, is the macro that you should be looking at. So you should be looking at protein snacks. So eating frequently throughout the day, but focusing on the protein quality of what you're consuming. So snacks throughout the day should be anywhere from 10 to 15 grams per snack, which can seem like a lot, but if you're choosing high quality foods, nutrient dense foods, things like trail mixes, pumpkin seeds, any sort of seeds actually, but pumpkin seeds are my personal favorite. And right now that's obviously really great because we have our gourd season ending. So you have lots of those. So any type of snack, hard-boiled eggs, things like that, looking for those protein snacks. And nowadays it's so easy to go to the grocery store. The marketing is there. Look at the protein snacks, flip it over because it says high protein, power packed, Those are the words that our marketing is using. Look for things that have 10 to 15 grams on the back. So flip it over, look at that nutrition label, and see what protein says. If it says 10 to 15 grams per serving, then it's a good protein snack. For meals, you want to try to stay within that 30 grams per meal. Now, why? People might say, well, I'm trying to get more protein throughout my day, so why not do more than 30? Because we as human beings, as athletes, cannot utilize or process more than 30 grams of protein in one sitting. So when you sit down to a meal and you might have massive amounts of protein, you are not necessarily doing yourself any favors because you think, oh, I'm doubling up on my protein now so I don't have to worry about it at the next meal because I know I'm not going to have a ton of protein at the next meal. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it does not. So that 30 grams of protein per meal should be that focus within this time period. And then that goal of how much protein, because this is a question I always get, how much protein should I be consuming in a day? Calculate about 1 gram of protein per body weight. So 1 gram for 1 pound of your body weight. So whatever that comes out to, that is what you are looking for. So you can see here, I love my steak. That is a great source of protein. There's many different ways you can get your protein sources. You can definitely still get quality protein as a vegan or vegetarian. You just have to be more diligent about where you are getting that from. So that is an additional practice, look at how you are consuming things because you want to make sure you're getting plenty of that. If you have any questions about that, we can always talk about that further. I have done a presentation on how to be successful as a vegan athlete, and protein is definitely one of the things we talked about. So protein, always eat it. Number 4, create a healthy gut environment. So some of you may see out there that there are all of these presentations on how to get our healthy gut, our microbiome. What does this look like? Probiotics are on the rise. I go to the grocery store and I see probiotics pretty much in everything nowadays. Protein and probiotics, as you can see, they are important, but they are now pretty much in all of the things that we consume. So the reason we want a healthy gut is because our gut is our immune system. It helps us with our metabolism. It has so many functions of being a healthy overall individual. And it also has a hand in losing body fat. So if we create a healthy gut, what does that look like? That looks like providing it with plenty of fiber. So that comes from your grains, that comes from your vegetables, that comes from your nuts and seeds. All of those things, and there's many others, but those things specifically provide you with plenty of fiber. Or prebiotic, if you see that out there, prebiotic. I did a presentation on this too, so if you're interested in more, definitely check it out on my YouTube page. But prebiotic is fiber. It is the food for a probiotic, which is the next thing that is on here. So probiotics, fermented foods, so important. And as you can see over here, this is fermented foods. So not necessarily always just beer. We're not just saying beer is a fermented food. So that is not just that, but it's also going to be your kefir. It's going to be your sauerkraut. It's going to be, from any type of fermented foods out there. So your probiotics, you can either take them from a pill standpoint, but make sure you're doing your research, or you can get your probiotics from fermented foods. So, and before I move on, because I want to make sure that I'm answering questions as we go, because we are going to have a lot going on. But there was a question about protein. So protein snacks. What should we look for in terms of carbs or fat with these protein snacks? So with snacks, the biggest thing is you want to look at macros. Like, you're very, very right that there are multiple macros, meaning carbohydrates, protein, and fat within all of our food groups. So when you're looking at snacks and you're looking at like a nutrition label, or you're, you know, kind of thinking of how you're going to put it all together, look for protein and fat as your main sources within a period of time when you're trying to lose body fat. That should be your main goal. So mainly protein and fat should be the two macronutrients you're looking at. So fat is not going to be bad if you're trying to lose body fat. Don't think that. So you can 100% still have fat within this period. It's actually very important that you do within this time period. So I believe I answered the secondary question of that. If I didn't, I can always answer at the end. Also, another question about probiotics. Are there any real differences between probiotics from food versus taking it via pill? The real benefits are that from a pill, you get a lot of different probiotics, because there's a lot of probiotics out there. If you ever look at a nutrition label on an actual pill, it has lots of different probiotics on there. So you get a larger encompassing amount of probiotics and type of probiotics that are good for different things in our body in a pill comparative to in food, in fermented food specifically. So take that into consideration when you're looking at that. I know I got a diagnostic of actually my microbiome, so my gut bacteria, and there were certain probiotics that I was deficient in. So if you are interested in learning more about which ones you are deficient in, I can definitely point you in the right direction, but that is something that some people have more probiotics in their diet than others. I know I eat a lot of Greek yogurt, so I have plenty of those, whereas other ones I maybe don't have as much of, so I had to start working on that. So I hope that answers your question, and we are gonna go ahead and move on to secret number 5. Whoop, whoop. There we go. It's moving. Okay, final secret. Add resistance and HIIT exercises to your routine. So this is not a nutrition, but it encompasses the nutrition holistic view. So you want to add high intensity interval training, which is the HIIT, or resistance training at least 3 times per week, at least. If you can do more, you are going to turn that dial even better, even faster towards your goals, but at least 3 times will get you to your goals. So that training should be at least 30 minutes. You can do more. Like I said, it will just push that dial further to what you're looking to do. Research has shown that you need about 150 minutes per week to start moving the dial. So that can be encompassing of a lot of different things. So if you're doing at least those HIIT workouts or those resistance at least 3 times, and if you increase it even more, you're going to do that. So this is on top of the cardio when you're in season. If you're doing cardio and you're out of season, or you're downtime before another training cycle, that is a different story. But that 150 minutes is during your in season when you have cardio, because cardio is not the exercise we are looking to do when we are looking to lose body fat. We want to look at our HIIT and our resistance training, which not only will it get you to a goal of losing body fat, but it will also provide you with decreasing your chances of injury. It will increase your strength and like eliminate fatigue as you are doing your different workouts, your actual marathons or whatever your long distance training is. If you have stronger muscles, the fatigue will not set in as soon or at all. So this is twofold beneficial, this secret here. So that is the final secret. Secret to doing that is if you do the HIIT workouts fasted, you can train the body to burn fat before it burns anything else. Because when you are fasted, you have basically depleted your body stores, your fueling stores. So now it has to pull from fat as fuel. So if you are a morning person like me, this is really easy to do, because you basically wake up, you go do a HIIT workout or resistance training fasted. You've just fasted all night long. And that is something that you can definitely do easier than maybe later in the day. So that's just a little secret there. You can find great beginner HIIT workouts online, really simple things you can do at home. So that is the final secret. Oh, wait, it is not the final secret. I have one more that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is, in my opinion, the most important. All the others are really crucial and really important, and you would put them all together, it's great. But this is the one that's going to make it all last. Cultivate a healthy relationship with your food. Now, there's a reason that we gain body fat. It can be hormonal imbalances. It can be, the environment we've been. It can be the stress. It can be so many different things to get us to where we maybe are not happy. But when we cultivate a healthy relationship with our food and start practicing mindful eating habits, which is meditation for your eating, it can change not even just the right now, but it can change the trajectory of your health, your happiness, and your athleticism. So that is why I think this one is the most important, and why ditching those diets is so important. You gain an understanding and ultimately control over your eating habits. You relinquish some control within this, which is awesome. Mindful eating in a way is to become more in tune with your body and learn your hunger cues. Learn what is important to you as the individual, because like I said before, nutrition is an individual thing. Mindful eating has shown to reduce binge eating, aid in weight loss, and help you feel better overall. It can benefit those who experience depression and anxiety as well. So this is a huge piece to gaining more understanding, gaining more confidence within ourselves as an athlete, as an individual, all of those things. So here I put up here, these are 6 ways to practice mindful eating. There's mindless eating, you can see on the left, and then you can see on the right, there is mindful eating, listening to your body and stopping when you are full. Eating when our bodies tell us to eat, so our stomach is growling, maybe our energy is lower. Eating with others at set times and places rather than randomly and on our own. I know if any, like in college, that was sometimes me for sure. Eating foods that are nutritionally healthy. And look at the counterpart of that. Eating foods that are emotionally comforting. It's not saying eating foods that are bad for you or eating foods that are nutritionally bad for you. It's saying mindless eating is eating foods that are emotionally comforting. So it makes you stop and think about that case scenario. Whereas now you are eating foods that are nutritionally healthy. When you're eating, just eat. Just eat. Don't think about anything else going on. Just think about what you're doing right then and there. Be present. I know Coach Robin, if any of you know Coach Robin at Edge Athlete Lounge, that is something she says to all her athletes is be present. It comes into play 100% when you're practicing healthy eating. And then finally, considering when food comes, where food comes from. So think about the whole picture. It kind of helps with the process of your whole process of like eating and everything. So that is the bonus secret, the 6th secret. I wanted to share with you guys why it's beneficial and everything. So let's put this all into practice. So put it all into practice. So I want you to choose 2 secrets that you will commit to right now. Write those goals down. Write them down on a piece of paper, whatever that looks like. Make sure the goals are SMART. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-based. So make sure that you are writing those goals down. That is how success starts to happen. That's how you start to turn that dial, is making sure that you're committing to 2 of those secrets. Now, I see who's logged in here, and I know your email accounts. I know your Instagrams. I will be following up no matter what. So make sure you are actually writing these secrets down, because this is something, like you can tell, I'm very passionate about, and I want you all to find the success that you're looking for. And why I'm so excited about this, and you may have seen this before, but I am really excited about this because this program that I am launching, I launched it on Sunday, and now I